You need 3 different kind of men: a treat, a trick, and a sponsor.
A treat, a trick, and a sponsor.
A treat, a trick, and a sponsor.
Treats, tricks, and sponsors.
Treats, tricks, or sponsors.
If you want to be treated, find you an average man that works a 9 to 5 that can do what he can.
Are you a woman who just wants to be able to date various guys, get taken to nice places, get gifts even when it's not your birthday, and never have to come out of pocket when you're on a date? Then you want to be treated. Being treated is the easiest hustle because you can use it on multiple men at once, ranging from those whom you have no romantic interest to those you crush on. If you don't like the whirlwind of dealing with various men, you can focus your energy and reserve it for that one guy who you want to take on as either a boyfriend or friend with benefits that hooks you up on the regular. Think of treaters as starter men when perfecting your game. Treaters aren't necessarily ballers. They are normal guys who don't mind doing what they can, but you can't push them past basic gifts or activities because they literally can't provide luxury things.
Buy you basic gifts, like perfume. He can take you on your dinner date. You ain't got to come out of pocket. But more than likely, he won't be able to afford luxury things. Treats don't require much from you. It could be somebody you really like, or you ain't got to like them at all. You can have multiple treats.
Most men enjoy showing a woman a nice time, so no matter your confidence level, these men can be your gateway hustle until you muster the courage to get more.
Now, if you want more of an extravagant lifestyle, you want to be spoiled, then you need a trick. A trick will fly you out first class. A trick buy you some Chanel bags, Now, a trick takes more work. You got to look good. You got to have good conversation skills. You got to have the right mentality. You got to know how to seduce. You got to know how to talk to a trick. Tricks have big egos. Sometimes they can be a little aggressive, because tricks got money. They more experienced. They are usually very busy men who would rather spend money than time.
You a woman that wants to live an extravagant lifestyle and be spoiled by men with real wealth? Then you need a trick. Every woman says she wants luxury, but most should stay on the treated level because they don't have the mentality or seduction skills to impress a man with money. Tricks are usually well-traveled, extremely aggressive, and I've heard it all before, so you must be on an advanced level to separate them from their paper. This isn't to dissuade you, but to remind you to be realistic in your aspiration. If you're a woman that's simple, homely, and doesn't really want to put a lot of work into perfecting the right appearance and mastering the right conversational skills, then you're not going to reach this level. Tricks have addictive personalities and are usually very busy men who would rather spend money than time. They will give you almost anything you ask for, but they're not trying to keep you on the payroll. It's usually pay for play, not pay to stay.
It's usually pay for play, not pay to stay.
If you need real assistance, like you want your rent paid up for a whole year, or you need $20,000 for a business idea that you have, then you need a sponsor. Sponsors are usually older men or like men who just make a bunch of money. Sponsors, they just got that I don't give a fuck money. They want a fantasy woman. And most of the time they have multiple women. So if you a jealous woman, you might not be able to deal with no sponsor. Don't let the fact that he has so much money intimidate you, okay? Because at the end of the day, he's just a man with a lot of money.
Are you a woman that needs assistance, not gifts? Maybe your tuition covered, your rent paid up for a few months, a car leased in your name, or business idea funded? If so, you're after a sponsor. These men are usually older and have I don't give a fuck money. Sponsors are more concerned with having a fantasy woman at their beck and call than having a trophy on their arm in public. Most of these men have girlfriends or wives, so if you're a jealous type, this isn't the avenue for you. Unlike treaters and tricks, sponsors are usually guys who you wouldn't be physically attracted to, or guys you have to play the side chick role for because they have a family. These flaws are part of their willingness to support a woman financially. Married men or men in long-time relationships get bored. They see something in you and they go for it in a very upfront way. Most won't lie about their other life. They'll put it in the open to see if you're okay with being the other woman. Why? Think about how stressful it is for the average man who cheats, having to cover tracks and worry about some crazy woman popping up at his job or his wife's yoga class with accusations. Adults have affairs, not screaming matches. Thus, the sponsor will make sure that you're on board before moving forward. It's a business arrangement. Sponsors are going to take care of you so long as you're cool with their truth. Unlike treaters and tricks, real sponsors aren't Joe Average. To have amassed enough money to finance a woman's lifestyle means he's not just a professional, but one that overachieved. In terms of self-esteem, sponsors who aren't lookers are usually those men that grew up wanting to fuck the prom queen, but they were never cute enough or popular enough. Money has changed that, and now their one wish is to pay to have the prom queen at their disposal. Don't let this intimidate you. As I said before, men are just big boys. The nerd from 9th grade who became a millionaire is still a nerd. It's in his DNA, and he can be seduced easier than you think if you know the right tactics. Most women say they have a sponsor, but 9 out of 10 just has a trick that is okay with giving her a few hundred here and there. That's not an authentic sugar daddy. I know hoes whose weekly bank transfers will make you basicals feel ashamed for bragging about your measly Cash App deposits. If you truly study this book, that's the level I will get you on. Most of the men you meet will be tricks, who you will have to convert to sponsors, as most extremely successful men aren't cruising the spots you go. Authentic sponsors aren't usually that social, which is another reason they want to take you away from the real world and set you up in a secluded apartment where they're the only ones with the address. It gives them a safe haven.
I mean, eventually we want to find a man who is all three of those in one, right? We want a provider. But in the meantime, while you out here dating, just keep that in mind. Treats, tricks, sponsors.
And what's funny about this book, again, it's written by a black man, but women co-sign it. So don't think that you could just write this shit off and be like, this don't happen. Yes, there are treats, tricks, and sponsors out there. There was a time. Shout out to Lucky Number 11.
There was a time.
There was a time? Mm-hmm.
Take Brown Sugar back there, for example. She's pretty fucking foxy, right?
She's 70.
There was a time.
Where I used to be a treat, but I was sneaking in the process. A treat is a guy that take a woman out, nice restaurant, and I've explained this in multiple videos. Guys, I would tell women that I wasn't looking for a relationship. I was on my grind trying to finish up my degrees, and I just became very honest. I didn't want a relationship. I would tell women that. However, when they came over my house, they didn't need to bring their wallet. They didn't need to bring their purse. I got it. But that was only for a weekend.
There's one type of men that you ladies on this app are not talking about, and it is one of the most dangerous kinds of men you can get involved with, because you end up getting in too deep and then you're just absolutely screwed to the tutor. I'm going to tell you who it is. It is the man who only spends money on you when you do things together. So, or like he spends money on like activities together only if he benefits from them. Do you know what I mean? So like it's never if you need something, if you're in trouble, if you have a favor or something like that. Like if it just benefits you, this is the worst kind of man, the absolute worst, because he wants to benefit from every little penny he's spending. Okay, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but there is something innately wrong with that, because like they don't really like you. They're strictly benefiting off of your beauty, your kindness, your vibes. But when you're not together, they don't care. They don't care if you live or die. Okay, so like this type of man, in my opinion, is one of the worst kinds of men you can date, because you don't like kind of clock it until you're in too deep. Until you're finally like, wait a second.
I like men that spend money on me and don't bother me. I don't like men that only spend money on me when they're in my presence. This guy just called me and asked me what I was doing tonight and if I wanted to go out. I don't have an issue with going out tonight. I'm dressed. I'm about to go out with my friends. My issue is he's only gonna spend money on me if he's there. Because he's always just trying to he's always like, are you hungry? Do you need anything? All this stuff. But if I ever say I'm hungry, he wants to pick me up and take me to dinner. Just send me the money. And it's the same thing for tonight. And I know that if he was to come, he would pay for everything and he'd make sure all my friends got home safe and he'd drive us everything. Even the guy that we're going out with, he would take care of him. But it's like, just send me the money and leave me alone.
There was a creator on here talking about the worst kind of man to date. And those are the men that will literally spend on activities for you both. He will not spend on you unless he's benefiting from it. Please go like her video. I've reposted it. I'm gonna tag her because this is the most realest shit I ever heard. I couldn't understand why this type of man irritates me so much, because I mean, he's doing stuff. He's putting in effort. But why the fuck you can't just ever send me my funds for me? Those type of niggas don't really care about you. It's all about the ones that still provide when they're not in your presence. That's a real generous man. Not a man that buys you this, that, and that, and he benefits from it. I'm talking dates. If it's a gift, he benefits from that gift. The biggest example of this is like, if you tell a man, I'm on my period, can you send me some da-da-da, Tylenol, food, flowers, whatever, right? And he says something like, I'll pick you up and I'll take you there. What the fuck if I just want to be by myself right now? I feel like a real generous man, you tell him some shit like, I'm on my period, I need some time, blah, blah, blah. Either DoorDash the shit to you or just send you the money. I'm talking about the ones where every single fucking thing he does for you has to involve him. He's not really doing shit for you for real. And now I figured out why the fuck those type of men irritate me, because they're not truly generous. They're stingy.
That's what a treat is. However, in this book, he's trying to teach women on how to do that to men without giving them booty. I wasn't gonna go for that. I can't go for that.
I can't go for that. No can do that. Hey, bitch, you going too far. No can do.
So you want to find you a trick, you want to find you a sponsor, but you don't know where to go. Go to the Apple store. Everybody got an iPhone. Everybody got a MacBook. Shop at Best Buy. Men love electronics.
Maria and the Mark.
Watch.
Maria's at Best Buy, just shopping for herself, and understands that the Best Buy crowd is much different from the typically thrifty Walmart shoppers. Again, Maria's always about that life, even when she's not on the clock. Opportunity can knock at any time if you place yourself in better environments. So why hit the flea market when you can go browse the Apple store?
Go to the Apple store. Everybody got an iPhone. Everybody got a MacBook.
Maria doesn't have to be glammed up so long as she's not looking sloppy. Like I said earlier, all women should dress to impress themselves. So although she's toned down in a pair of high-waisted shorts and loose-fitting blouse, she's wearing bright yellow heels that draw attention to her bronzed legs. Maria's still accentuating her positives, even though she wasn't thinking about hitting a lick when she walked into the store. A few guys stare at Maria. She may make eye contact with the cute ones and grin, just to size them up, but she's not looking for easy prey. Maria's not going for the cutest or even the best dressed. If she's going to take a break from shopping and catch a mark, it has to be a guy that looks like a true winner in less obvious ways. Like that business professional who wears polished shoes, not retro Jordans. She spots a guy testing out a laptop. He's nice looking, well put together in terms of wardrobe, and he's testing out the expensive computer, not the $300 Dell that's still running Windows Vista. Maria knows the odds of him being a worthy trick is still 50-50, but she's going to trust her gut and go for it. Maria puts on her game face and walks over to the computer next to the Mark. She pretends to be reading the specs and then comments to herself. What the hell is the difference between these things? There are two types of men, those who like to brag in order to impress women with knowledge, and those who like to wisecrack about things they don't understand to impress women with humor. The Mark knows his shit and responds that it's the CPU. Maria doesn't give a fuck about CPU or RAM, she's about dollars. At this point, the guy may be afraid to keep talking, so Maria keeps the conversation flowing by asking which one he's going to buy. This opens it up to his shopping agenda. From there, it's on to if he lives in the area or just happened to be near the store. The conversation continues as he tells her what part of town he's from, and Maria responds that she knows that area and has a girlfriend that used to live around there. Not really, but it's something to talk about. From there, Maria shifts to work, smoothly asking if this is a computer he can use on the job because she's thinking about getting one just for home. The Mark then answers that he does need it for work. Now it's organic to ask what he does for a living without seeming as if she's digging. Maria will have just learned everything she needs to know in order to date this man in less than 7 minutes. Did he live in an area that's known for being upscale, or is it the hood? Did he name a job that affords him good pay, or is he working some job any moron with a high school diploma could apply for and get? If he answers that he lives near the Trap and that he works as a lead associate at Lids, Maria will thank him for his help and keep browsing. If the Mark tries to ask for her number, she'll let him off easy and say she has a boyfriend. Sorry. Again, you're not here to waste time, you're here to win. Let's say that this Mark lives in a nice, middle-class neighborhood and works as an accountant specialist for Charles Schwab. At this point, Maria has done every hoe tactic listed in previous chapters properly. She job-checked him and found out what type of area he lives in, which allows her to go through her hoe estimate of wealth. His field of banking is usually lucrative, check. Where he lives is middle to high class, check. The initial whole research is done. Maria doesn't know if he's lying or if he has money to spend, but he's a better prospect than most. With that information, Maria goes in for the kill. She tells him that she has to go check out, but would love to grab a drink with him sometime soon.
Hoes are forward. Hoe tactics.
This is the moment where a hoe uses flirting to secure her date. Unlike most women who just hand out a number and hope a man calls. The mark is most likely single, so he'll take Maria's number the moment she suggests drinks. Maria will give it to him and say, I don't do texting. I like men who call.
And I wanted to stop right there real quick because I see a lot of guys complaining about women giving them one-word text. If a woman really likes you, she gonna tell you that she don't like to text. She either want to do a phone call or a FaceTime. If she's really into you, you gonna get that request for a FaceTime. I'm at the gym or I just got out the shower. And please don't use that dumbass line, without me.
What you finna get into? I'm finna shower and go to work. What the freak? Without me? Shawty, I got something for you to work on. And I got this block button that's gonna work on you too. Cause I'm block me? Yes. Shawty, you block me, you gonna block your blessings. Boy, get off my phone, all that playing by. What the freak?
Stop. They hip to that game. Leave that shit alone.
Maria isn't a ratchet club scouting for a baller, nor is she at her cousin's birthday party in the Bronx hunting for a come-up. Maria isn't a weekend hoe or a basic hoe. She's about this life every day and doesn't feel the need to go to the typical places in order to find marks. Maria can pull her hoe tactics out any and everywhere because it's not about the place or situation. It's about being prepared to sell yourself as life-changing at the drop of a hat. She's armed with confidence. She's willing to speak first. She knows how to flirt, and her primary objective is to size up every man she meets as a money bag. Barely full bag, mid-size bag, full bag, bursting at the seams bag. Her aim is to get that bag by using her wits, not her vagina.
I need you, Harold. Come here, Harold.
Maria.
Come, Papi, I need you.
Baby, I'm a coming.
Harold.
Maria.
When you travel, get a day pass for the Sky Lounge. The airport in general is just a great place to meet people. So when you travel, get dressed. Don't be in the airport with no bonnet on, no pajamas and shit like that. Look good. Go to high-end restaurants that are in like downtown areas where like a lot of corporate offices and businesses are. Go during lunch hour. Go sit at the bar at upscale hotels.
Do you really think women on social media are complaining about men not buying them things and spending money because they have money already? No. These women are broke. These high-earning black women are not hanging out in hotel bars looking for men.
Houston girlies looking for professional and corporate men. I'm back with a part 2, so keep on watching if you want to know where to go. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I wanted to gatekeep this so bad because it has been my spot since I moved to Houston, but y'all are my girls, so I'm gonna put y'all on. Go to H Bar located in the Post Oak Hotel. The Post Oak is a 5-star hotel, so H Bar has all the sophisticated luxury vibes you can ask for. And the people match the vibes. Like, you will meet a lot of businessmen, corporate men, execs, you name it, you'll meet them. And let me show y'all what I wore because they don't play about their dress code and they will deny you at the door if you're showing too much skin. So make sure you dress appropriately.
No, man. You got this. Ladies, you need, when you pull up to a restaurant, you need to see all these nice cars out there. This is how it's supposed to be. This is where all your ballers is. Man, you know, Houston has some of the best lounges in the business. I promise you. Midday, oh my goodness. It is the best. Best food, drinks, whatever. And you see nothing but single broke women lined up acting like they stay at these high-end hotels and lounges. Man, it's the funniest thing. And I'm like, man, no high-earning woman is doing these things, man. That's why it's so funny, because when you see these women on social media, begging and they acting like they got it together. No, man, they asking because they actually need the money.
I need that money.
Higher end gyms like Equinox or like athletic clubs, cigar lounges, golf courses. Put yourself in their environments. Make sure you're looking good. Make sure you're confident. Don't be afraid to approach them.
If they're listening to Sprinkle or reading hoe tactics, you give them no grace at all. Hoes don't get grace. Only wives do.
You got bitches and you got women, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up dealing with a whole bunch of bitches. You know what I mean? So you develop a way to deal with them. And, you know, I like to be known for the one who really gave it to me.
They don't get no grace because they would not give you any grace. And I have to keep saying that because I want y'all asses to remove your black man simp chip and be as cold as a hoe wood.
Colder than a witch's titty out there, isn't it?
When she finesse your ass at a $10,000 without giving you nothing in return. They ain't gonna show you grace. If they in this game reading whole tactics, you don't show them grace at all. Okay? And to continue, I know that, you know, all the black men that I'm talking to, you had to work to get where you are, which means that you probably had your head down focusing on your purpose. And once you decided to pick your head up, you staring directly at today's modern dating market full of money-hungry hoes who want what you have without giving you anything in return. So now that you're here, you're gonna learn. And I know a lot of you men, you know, thought that you get off easy because I didn't mention the gym. Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Get your ass in the gym, because the best way to make a woman break her no pussy rule is you having money and also being in shape. There's another part in this book where the author addresses when a woman slips up and she has sex with you, and the question G.L. Lambert asks is, was he a guy that you would have had sex with even if he didn't have money? If the answer is no, then it makes it easier for her to keep her eyes on your wallet instead of the veins on your forearms from having low body fat and being in shape, okay? Another point, don't ever be cheap, but never spend consistently. Like I mentioned before, it's cheaper to have single serving dates than it is to have a steady girlfriend. So if you eat at a nice steakhouse alone, don't be afraid to bring a beautiful hoe with you, okay? You have to be on top of your game with your physique, also with your grooming, your health, and your appearance. So make sure that you take care of those things first before you play with these hoe tactic hoes, okay? Saving the best for last, because this is the most important. It is required for you to know your status with your STIs and STD tests, okay? At all times. At the very least, get tested once a year. And if you're sexually active, do not, I repeat, do not date if you don't know your current STI, STD status, especially before and after each partner. And make sure that you use condoms, and make sure that she's on birth control. Hoes can't afford to be off the market for 9 months, so they're going to be on birth control. And if you think, you know, that I'm asking a lot, don't. Remember, these types of women are trying to sell you the idea that you're going to fuck, so getting her tested gives you the impression that it's imminent. She's selling you a dream, but make sure that knowing your status is a reality. On this channel, man, I'm not a money influencer or a relationship influencer, but what I can or did influence some of you to take your health more seriously, and the importance of knowing your STI status. You know, that's one of the main things. In order to influence, I need to be able to practice what I preach. I just did this on June 5th. All right? Y'all see that? And like I said, I'm married, so it probably don't mean much to y'all. I ain't running around. So with me having this up here, guys, I want to encourage you to know your status. I'm dead ass serious about this. It's too much going around, but I know as a public health professional, me telling everybody to be abstinent, that's probably not going to work, even though it's the best way to know that you're not going to catch anything. Y'all going to go out there and you're going to run around. Remember, in the RP, how the world is and not how it should be. So yes, I can sit up here for hours and hours telling people to be abstinent and wait until marriage. Yes, that is the best way possible to make sure that you stay safe. However, y'all not gonna do that, okay? So we have to put in practices and preventative measures to make sure that you guys do the right thing. But you're gonna get that damn test, and you're gonna make sure that woman is protecting herself and you are protecting yourself before you enter this damn game. All right?